Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Grantharaj, Canto 1, Chapter 3, Text 21. Tata saptadashe jatah Satyavatyam parasharat Chakre vedataro shakha Drishva punsa alpamedasah Tata saptadashe jatah Satyavatyam parasharat Chakre vedataro shakha Drishva punso alpamedasah Tata saptadashe jata Satyavatyam parasharat Chakre vedataro shakha Drishva punso alpamedasah
ततः सप्तदशे जातः
सत्यवत्यां पराशरात्
चक्रे वेदतरोः शाखा मेधसः
दृष्ट्वा पुंसो मेधसः तथा सप्तदशे जातः सत्यवत्यां पराशरात् चक्रे वेदतरोशाखा दृष्ट्वा पुंसो मेधसः तथा सप्तदशे जातः सत्यवत्यां पराशरात् चक्रे वेदतरोशाखा दृष्ट्वा पुंसो मेधसः तथा सप्तदशे जातः सत्यवत्यां पराशरात् चक्रे वेदतरोशाखा दृष्ट्वा पुंसो मेधसः तथा thereafter Saptadashe in the 17th incarnation Jataha advented Satyavatyam in the womb of Satyavati Parasharat by Parashara Muni Chakre prepared Vedataroho of the desired tree of the Vedas Shakaha branches Drishtva be seeing Pumsaha the people in general Alpa Medasaha less intelligent. Translation and purport by His Grace Bhaktivinoda Swami Prabhupada. Thereafter, in the 17th incarnation of Godhead, Sri Vyasadeva appeared in the womb of Satyavati through Parashara Muni, and he divided the one Veda into several branches and sub-branches, seeing that the people in general were less intelligent. Purport: originally the Veda is one, but Sri Vyasadeva divided the original Veda into four, namely Sama, Yajur, Rig and Atharva. And then again they were explained in different branches like the Puranas and the Mahabharata. Vedic language and the subject matter are very difficult for ordinary men. They are understood by the highly intelligent and self-realized Brahmanas. But the present age of Kali is full of ignorant men. Even those who are born by a Brahmana father are, in the present age, no better than the Shudras or the women. The twice born men, namely the Brahmanas, Kshatriyas and Vaishyas, are expected to undergo a cultural purificatory process known as samskaras. But because of the bad influence of the present age, the so-called members of the Brahmana and the other high order families are no longer highly cultured. They are called the Dvijabandhus, or the friends and family members of the twice born. But these Dvijabandhus are classified amongst the Shudras and the women. Srila Vyasadeva divided the Vedas into various branches and sub-branches for the sake of the less intelligent classes like the Dvijabandhus, Shudras and women. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport to text 22 of chapter 3, canto 1, the matter of Krishna is the source of all incarnations. Om Ajnanatimidandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manomishram Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Gudakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Vada Saharanarita Shri Vishaka Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gauranga Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyeva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Vicharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasha Kadeshitarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Is it echoing at the back? Is it okay? Okay. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರವಚನೆ ಪ್ರಸಾದ ಹಾಲಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಲೆಕ್ಚರ್ ಕೇಳಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್. So I would request all the senior Vaishnavas present here to allow me to speak a few words from Bhagavatam and share my realizations and understanding. Without the guidance and blessings of senior Vaishnavas and the Parampara Acharyas, we cannot understand the mystery of Srimad Bhagavatam. So, every shloka in Srimad Bhagavatam is very important. You can't skip any shloka because every shloka has some part of Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam being the literary incarnation of Krishna. Krishna in the form of a book is Srimad Bhagavatam. So where Srimad Bhagavatam is there, all the demigods are there. Especially those who actually have a very disturbed household where there are a lot of disturbances happening at home. If you keep Srimad Bhagavatam at home, over a period of time, all these disturbances will disappear. That's the power of having Krishna at home. Of course, those who actually are very favorable for Krishna, they will become devotees. The rest of them will leave. So this shloka, the 21st shloka, is talking of the author of Srimad Bhagavatam. Who is that? Vyasadeva. But before Vyasadeva, before this incarnation, 17th incarnation, in the 16th incarnation they are talking about Dudupati, that is Parashuram. Last week we actually heard that. I just want to touch upon a very interesting pastime. Parashuram is Vishnu himself, Satyavesh avatar. Why did he appear? Basically to annihilate the misled Kshatriyas. However, there is actually internal reason too. In the Brahmanda Purana, it's mentioned that one point in time, Sudarshana Chakra became very puffed up. It said, Chakra Rupi Swayam Hari. Krishna in the form of a weapon is Sudarshana. How did he get puffed up? But sometimes, when Sudarshana was talking to Indra, there was a fight going on, and Sudarshana said, "You cannot defeat me because I am Krishna's weapon." And Indra said, "Yes, you are very great because Vishnu, whenever wants to destroy somebody, uses the weapon, the Sudarshana Chakra." So Sudarshana felt that yes, that's true. Vishnu, whenever he wants to defeat somebody, he uses me. I am the one who goes and kills everyone. So I must be very powerful. So he went and told Vishnu, "My dear Lord, I am not powerful." Vishnu said, "Yes, you are very powerful. But I feel that I am more powerful than you." Wow, yeah, that's true, possible. But why don't we actually really try it out? Why don't we actually test it out? I will also come, because we can't fight in the spiritual world. We have to go to material world. So that's how Lord said, "I will come as the most less powered incarnation." That's Prabhupati, Parashuram. And Sudarshan came as Kartaveya Arjuna, the person who actually had thousands of arms. Each arm is supposed to be the spoke of Sudarshana. They fought, and Parashurama with his axe chopped off arms of Kartivirajana and finally killed him. This is the internal reason, internal message. We have to understand every person actually has an internal reason why Krishna comes here. Because he wants to taste something, he wants to prove something, then he will come. But for externally, he came to annihilate all the misled Kshatriyas. So this particular shloka, coming to back to this, is talking about Vyasadeva. But before Vyasadeva, there is no word of any word of Vyasadeva here. Only Parashara Muni, Parashara Muni's son. And you'll find that it is mentioned the 17th incarnation of Godhead. Actually speaking, this is not in the chronology. Sukadeva Goswami, apparently one of the acharyas mentioned that he started explaining, thought actually he will count all the incarnations, but eventually after 20 he doesn't count anything. You will find that the shloka till 26th shloka, this 22, 21, 26th shloka he counts, after that he doesn't count at all. He just says the most important shloka of Srimad Bhagavatam. What is that? Ete chamsa kalapumsham krishnastu bhagavan swayam. This is called the Paribhasha Sutra. That means this is the most important sutra of the Bhagavatam. Any shloka which comes later, if they actually has a different understanding, then this Paribhasha Sutra's message has to be taken as topmost, and other whatever shloka comes, if that shloka has a different meaning, that is not considered as important. This shloka takes precedence. So he goes like that. So he explains this counting. So the counting is not that important in this juncture. But he is talking about Srila Vyasadeva appeared in the womb of Satyavati. But why did he appear? Vyasadeva appeared, basically Vyasa means to divide. Veda Vyasa really means Veda divider. Actually, the person's name is Krishna Dvaipayana. That's his name. And Veda Vyasa is the title given because Vyasa means to divide, and Veda was divided into 4 components. But we actually normally call him as Vyasadeva, right? That's become the one who has divided the Vedas. Now here we have to understand why did he divide the one Veda into 4? He divided it because he saw that in the Kali Yuga there will be people who are Alpa Medasa. Alpa means less, little. Medasa means intelligence. Those who actually are less intelligent, they cannot understand the Vedas. The Vedas are very complicated to understand. But for showing mercy to all these people, Vyasadeva divided this Veda into several branches and sub-branches. He also gave it to different munis to take it forward, explain it in a way that common people can understand. Because one has to be very brave to understand. Here in the purport, Prabhupada mentions a very important point. He says, those who are not twice born, who are Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, they are no better than Shudras or the women. He considers the women class as less intelligent because the Shastras keeps telling, and this is a very debated topic, right? Many people say, many of the women come and say, why we can also do everything like the men, why are we considered as less intelligent? We'll try to understand a little more because the acharyas have actually given commentary on these topics, especially Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has given. And even in the Brahmanda Purana, there are a lot of examples, especially Parashara Muni himself has explained many controversial topics in a very easy way. We will try to understand a few points on this. So, Parashara Muni, who was a grandchild of Vashishta. So, he was not an ordinary person. Parashara Muni, when he was in the womb of his mother, in the age of, he was there for 12 years in the womb of his mother. And he learnt everything, the Vedas, from his father Shakti. But when he came out of the womb of his mother, his father was actually eaten by a demon. Right? So he became very angry. He thought he was going to destroy the entire creation. He decided that I want to destroy the entire creation. I don't want, because my father is not there, so this whole creation should not be there. Sometimes out of anger, some people decide like that. So Parashara Muni was of that nature. He was a very powerful personality. But Vasishtha Muni came and stopped him, saying that don't do this. Just because you are disappointed, cannot mean that the whole world should be destroyed. But later on he thought, I should not destroy the whole world, but I should remove all the Rakshasas, all the demons, because one of the demons ate my father. So he became very revengeful. So he did a Rakshasa Yajna. So he did that to destroy all the Rakshasas. The Rakshasa Yajna is huge fire pit. He will call out the names of the Rakshasas. They will be forced to fall into the pit of fire. That way they will be destroyed. So he had that kind of a power. So these are not normal personalities. Sometimes people think that, okay, I also have a thread, I am also a Brahmana. You have to understand what is the power of Parashara Muni. This is the standard of a Brahmana. Vasishtha Muni, Parashara Muni, Vyasadeva, Shukadeva Goswami. This is the Brahmana. So-called Brahmana of this Kali Yuga are all Dvijabandhus. That is why they are same like women. Compared to Parashara Muni, no woman can say they are intelligent. Dvijabandhus cannot stand in front of such kind of personalities. Like if you want to know who is a Kshatriya, Arjuna is a Kshatriya. Anyone here wants to stand up and say, I can fight with Arjuna? How powerful they were. Very powerful. So Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishyas, they are really, really powerful personalities. So so-called men of this world are Dvijabandhus, or those who are born in a family of a Brahmana but not Brahmanical. They are Dvijabandhus. They are definitely comparable to women, and sometimes women are more intelligent than them. That is why you will find many women are able to be more intelligent than men of this world. Compared to this, but if you compare them with Parashara Muni, you understand that, right? So this Parashara Muni, when he started doing this Yajna of Rakshasa, all the Rakshasas started following. Pulasya Muni, who is actually the progenitor of all the Rakshasas, Pulasya Muni was the main person from whom all the Rakshasas came. He approached Parashara Muni and said, please don't kill all the Rakshasas. One Rakshasa did eat your father. You can kill him if you want, I understand. But there are many other Rakshasas who are innocent. Why should we kill them? Then when Vasishtha Muni, all of them came and told Parashara Muni, please stop it. He said, okay. Because I am supposed to be a Brahmana, I will restrain my senses. I will not become more angry. So he stopped killing all the Rakshasas. So because of that, Pulasya Muni blessed Parashara Muni, saying that you will become an expert speaker of Puranas. And this is actually a qualification of blessing. So if you want to progress in Krishna consciousness, these blessings are very important. If you can get blessings like this, who can bless? Senior devotees who are qualified. When you get a chance to actually serve the senior Vaishnavas, spiritual masters, many Siksha Gurus, if you can serve them in a way, whatever simple way you can, and they feel that yes, Krishna will Mati Rastu, you will become more Krishna conscious naturally and easily. You don't have to struggle. There is no other way you can actually progress very easily. That is why association is very important, especially senior Vaishnava association. Now Parashara Muni, what did he do? He learned the Bhagavatam, and even before Vyasadeva spoke Bhagavatam, Parashara Muni explained the whole Bhagavatam, recited the Bhagavatam to Maitreya Muni. And Maitreya Muni went and told Vidura. We will find that in the Bhagavatam, that in the future chapters, cantos, Maitreya Rishi, Vidura was, in the Mahabharata what was happening, Vidura did not fight. He went around, he saw that after Krishna left, he wanted to actually hear what was Krishna's last instructions. And he saw Maitreya Muni and Uddhava. Because Krishna told his last instruction to both Maitreya Rishi and Uddhava. Uddhava was very close to Krishna. But still Uddhava did not tell Vidura anything because he said, Maitreya Muni is senior to me. You please hear. This is called Maryada Vyatikrama. That is basically, you have to, if a senior Vaishnava is actually speaking, no matter how much ever you are intelligent, you should be silent. Right? Otherwise, it transgresses the etiquette. What happens by doing that? That devotee will not feel bad, but Krishna does not like it. He says, oh, you are very intelligent. Okay, I will take a little bit of your intelligence. Imagine what will happen, right? So all our senses are controlled by Krishna. One small vein or one small nerve, he does something, you will not be able to control your senses. Very difficult. So Parashara Muni became a reciter of Srimad Bhagavatam. Later on, he compiled the whole Vishnu Purana. Although Parashara Muni was a great devotee of Lord Shiva, he had so much of powers, he compiled Vishnu Purana. He wrote a lot of Puranas in the Sattvic range, Sattva-guna. Right? He did not compel anything on the Tamoguna. Although Lord Shiva is the owner of Tamoguna, he did not write anything like that. But many things he's written, very interesting, anything which is very controversial. He has actually explained it because Sanatana Goswami in the Laghu Bhagavatamrita, Rupa Goswami actually, he quotes whatever is explained by Parashara Muni to explain a few topics. Cover that. But before that, Vyasadev's appearance, let's cover that. We understand here it's mentioned that Vyasadeva appeared in the womb of Satyavati through Parashara Muni. Is Satyavati the wife of Parashara Muni? You get confused like. That means Vyasadeva appeared in the womb of Satyavati through Parashara Muni. Parashara Muni did not marry Satyavati. Satyavati is actually the wife of Shantanu Maharaj. Then what is this all about? Sometimes you will find a lot of these very confidential topics mentioned. How did Parashara Muni get Vyasadeva in the womb of Satyavati when he was not married to Satyavati? Satyavati was actually called Matsyagandha in her early days because she was a fisherman's daughter. Fisherman's name is Vasu, his daughter, and she used to row boats. That was her seva. And one point in time, and her name was Matsyagandha. Matsya means fish. Matsyagandha means someone who has smell of fish. And when she's somewhere, the fish smell will come. That's very difficult to understand. The Shastras explain so many things like this. But one point in time, Parashara Muni was wanting to cross a river, requested Matsyagandha to help him cross the river. And he was sitting there and then they were crossing the river and suddenly Parashara Muni, because of his astronomical understanding, saw that it's a very, very important moment is coming. It means all the stars actually are aligning. If any child is born right now, that child will be an Amsha of the Supreme Person of Godhead. They had this kind of a power. They could see if any child is born right now. So Parashara Muni wanted only a field where he can get this. So he actually saw that she is there and he immediately told her that I need to actually get a child. So I need your help. She was very scared. Said, what is this? Someone is coming suddenly and asking me like this. In those days it's not an easy way. And of course Parashara Muni was not lusty. He saw that if somebody appears here, it will be the Supreme Lord's Amsha and they can do so much for the society. When she was very scared, he told her, I will give you a few boons. The boon is that you are called Matsyagandha, eventually you will be called what? Kasturi Gandha. Yes, your body fragrance for many miles will be fragrant like Kasturi, like Chandan, one form of fragrance, very fragrant, number one. You will remain a virgin. And third, the whole Mahabharata which is going to happen in the future, all the great kings will come from your family. And she said, wow, unheard of all these things, right? The poor fisherwoman. She said, okay. So Parashara Muni immediately got, and he covered the entire place with a mystical cloud. He got the child. The child was not that 9 months and later immediately delivered, and Vyasadeva was there, and Parashara Muni took Vyasadeva, and this lady came back. And that's how later on, because of her fragrance, Shantanu Maharaj, who is Bhishma's father, when he came for hunting, said, what kind of smell is this? The whole forest is so fragrant. And he started, where is this flower coming from? And finally he came to this Kasturi Gandha. And found that it's a lady, and being a king. So this kind of a lady I have never seen. So he went and approached her that I want to marry you. But her father said, no, you are a king and you have a son already. Then he will become the king. What is the value of my daughter? Then you all know, right? Bhishma actually spoke to her father saying that, don't worry, I will not marry. And because I will not marry, my children or anybody will not become king. I will remain subservient to the kingdom. Right? You please marry my father. That's how all these things happen. And from Satyavati, all the other princes like Pandu, all of them started coming, right? So that whole lineage came from this Kasturi Gandha. But you can understand how in the olden days these acharyas were all so powerful. Parashara Muni getting Vyasadeva. And Vyasadeva appeared, and when Vyasadeva appeared, he saw that, it's there in the Bhagavatam in the future chapters, he saw that in the future no one will be interested in spiritual topics because they won't understand. It's not easy. If somebody is going to talk only about philosophy, in the old days they used to actually debate on philosophy. Veda is full of philosophy. Atato Brahma Jidnasa, this is aphorism from Vedanta Sutra, right? So, like this, there are many aphorisms or statements given, you have to debate over it. Understand it if you can. If you don't understand, Hare Krishna. I was actually reading some portion of Madhvacharya's commentary on the Mahabharata Tatparya Nirnaya. Very interesting concept. Those days, they used to sit for hours together and debate on the philosophy. Hours together. This is Brahmanas. For us, most of us, if we are going to actually talk on philosophy, guaranteed sleep. Guaranteed sleep. For us, Lord Chaitanya's method is the easiest. Whether we like it, we don't like it, we understand Bhagavatam, we don't understand Bhagavatam. But one thing we can definitely do. What is that? Chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Even if you are sleeping, somebody is chanting, they will wake up. Oh, so Mahaprabhu is so merciful that he is given such simple way. Although Vyasadeva wanted to do good to all the personalities, even his method is not sufficient to deliver the people of Kali Yuga. Only Lord Chaitanya's process of chanting the holy name can deliver. Now, this whole samskaras, right? If the samskara means samskriti, a culture, bringing in culture, that means those who are born, if there is samskara being done for them, when they grow up, they will not question is God there. Today many people actually, when you come to the college, they say there is no God, I am God, right? There is a saying Prabhupada used to mention, if you go to the Western world, they will always fight. There is no God, there is no God. You come to India, you say, I am God. Everyone on the road is God, right? So, there is no God there, everyone is God. So, this kind of a misunderstanding, Prabhupada came to destroy. Otherwise, his pranam mantra is there, right? Namaste Saraswati Deve, Gauravani Pracharine, Nirvishesha Shunyavadi, Paschatya Deshatarine. So, all these misconceptions, Sri Prabhupada has actually driven it away. Clearly, crystal clear, his purports. So, the more we read his purports, we will get confidence that what is ultimate truth and how do we go towards that. Now, Vyasadeva actually divided the 4 Vedas, one Veda into 4, Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda and Atharva Veda. So originally they say that Rig Veda was the main Veda which was actually spoken by the Lord himself. It's very big, so Lord himself spoke, and that's full of philosophy. Many people find it difficult, so let us actually find one small test. We'll do a small test. How many of you like only philosophy? No one is looking at it. Only philosophy, pure philosophy. Okay. How many of you like stories? Okay. Some of you, very nice. How many of you like yajnas, putting things into fire, chanting fire? Yes, very nice. A few of you are interested. How many of you like singing? Very nice. Chanting Hare Krishna, singing bhajan kirtan, right? And how many of you like learning all this martial arts, warfare? No one is interested? No Kshatriyas? Oh, there are a few people. Okay. So if you know the mantra that I am just waiting for my neighbor, if you know the mantra, I am going to release the arrow on that fellow. Right? So you can see Kali Yuga, no one is actually interested in Rig Veda kind of philosophy. Prasadam will come. Prasadam is there for all Vedas. That's very nice. Actually speaking, the Vedas don't talk about how to cook. This is not required because this is all, whatever is not there in the Vedas is all there in Atharva Veda. So, Yajur Veda comes with yajnas because many people want to do something physical. I can't sit and hear and then I need to do something physical. You tell me something physical, I will do. Should I paint something or... So, Yajur Veda is all about yajnas. So, Vyasadeva divided. For those people who are interested in yajnas, they will follow Yajur Veda. Then, Samaveda, those who want to sing all the songs, sweetness, the metrical way of pronunciation, how a song should be sung. So something like you can come from Mangalarati and say, from you cannot sing like that. There is a particular tune, you must sing only that. Because this is to invoke the mood of requesting for mercy. You cannot sing any tune you want for any time. So these are explanations. Even Prabhupada used to say, please sing the morning tune. You have to sing only the morning tune for Samsara, like that. So each song which is there is a particular metrical composition. And you are supposed to know that. So that all comes in Samaveda. Those who are interested in singing, they can learn Samaveda. Right? How wonderful Vyasadeva is. He has divided all these things so that by singing you can go back to God, you can get to perfection. You want to do yajnas, you will get perfection by yajnas. Not that everyone should know only philosophy. I don't understand head or tail of philosophy. Doesn't matter. Can you sing? You sing, you can get perfection. So he divided that. So none of these three I like. Like he said, Prasadam. I like Prasadam. Do you know how to cook? Okay. All these things which are not there, like medicine, right? Somebody wants to do service as doctor, give medicine, make people comfortable. All these things come under Atharva Veda. And even after that, all these 4 Vedas are divided. There are people who don't fit in into this. Saying that even this I cannot do. Because if I start singing, all the donkeys will bray along with me. Right? They will also bray along with me when I sing. So it's very difficult for me to sing. So for those kind of people, he composed itihasas, histories, then Puranas. Right? He created Puranas so that those who want only stories, hear story. By hearing story, you will get some affection. That affection will take you closer to the Supreme. Right? And then you come to a stage where you can understand Bhakti. This is not for Bhakti. This is Rig Veda you follow, you won't come to Bhakti. You can come to a standard where you can appreciate all these things. Then when you associate with pure Bhaktas, you get Bhakti. Because Bhakti will give rise to Bhakti in others. Not by reading books, not by reading, doing chanting of Hare Krishna. No, all these things does not give you Bhakti. Someone who has Bhakti, they can give you Bhakti. That is why we need to actually hear from Acharyas, Srila Prabhupada, his disciples who are actually passing on the mercy of Prabhupada. So when you hear from them, their Bhakti actually comes to us. That's how we can give Bhakti to others. It's not through reading books or doing other activities. Anyways, for this Alpa Medasa, those who are less intelligent, he created so many things. Ramayana he wrote. You will find the next sloka is all about Ramayana. I think the 22nd, yes, it's about Lord Rama killing Ravana. That's whole Ramayana actually. He wrote all these things. He made sure that all these things are available for less intelligent people. Now, going back to why Parashara Muni is so important, because Parashara Muni gave explanation of all these contradicting topics. It is mentioned in the Vishnu Purana itself that you all know Jaya and Vijaya, heard about Jaya and Vijaya. So Jaya Vijaya's first incarnation is Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha. It's mentioned when Hiranyakashipu actually was killed by Nrsimhadev, he did not get liberated. But he appeared as Ravana, and the question is, more than Hiranyakashipu, Ravana was very powerful. Of all who are the 6 demons Jaya and Vijaya took birth as? Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Dantavakra and Shishupala. Very good. So these 6 demons are Jaya and Vijaya, right? Now, of all these personalities, Ravana was the most powerful. Most powerful because Ravana not only actually got the boon from Brahma, he got the boon from Lord Shiva. Not only that, he also created a family of notorious people. Like either Indrajit, Mahiravana, Kumbhakarna, like this said, so many of his sons, all of them are full Mayavis kind of. It was not easy to kill them. So the question was, how is that Ravana actually had so much of opulence, much more than Hiranyakashipu? How did this happen? Because Ravana had, till Lord Rama appeared, and even after Lord Rama appeared, till he kidnapped Sita, he was enjoying like anything. But Hiranyakashipu, as soon as Prahlad was born, it was hell for him. Because as long as Prahlad was there with him, he was always in distress. How did this fellow, so fearless, Prahlad is always fearless and he doesn't chant my name, and he always says Vishnu is the supreme. Where did he get this? So it was always an anxiety. He was not able to console himself. But Ravana enjoyed for many years. In fact, the demigods became so disturbed that how do I kill this guy, Ravana? And no one was coming to help him, right? Anyway, that's a different story. Parashara Muni explained this. He says, when Hiranyakashipu was killed by Nrsimhadev, Hiranyakashipu thought Nrsimhadev is an ordinary living entity. Just that to some pious activity, he's got a face of a lion. Right? Not a very, maybe little powerful, but not all that great. I am supreme, I had all these powers. And when he killed him, he didn't accept Nrsimhadev as a supreme. But because Nrsimhadev touched him and killed him, he became very powerful. Next life was Ravana. Very powerful position that he had. So much opulence, so much of wealth. He became the ruler of the entire 3 worlds. Right? And he was very attracted to Sita. And he remembered Ram only because of Sita. Ravana was always thinking of Sita, and because whenever he thought of Sita and Sita was thinking of Ram, he used to get Ram in mind. Still, he was very sinful. So when Rama came, he thought Rama is an ordinary living entity. He is a Nara. He is an ordinary Jiva. What is this fellow going to do for me? He can't do anything. So when he was killed by Rama, he didn't think of Rama as a supreme. So he continued his next life as Shishupala. But when he came as Shishupala, he had so much of wealth. He was equal in wealth like Krishna. And he thought Krishna is his competitor. But always internally he kept meditating on the features of Krishna. What a beautiful face he has. Shishupala was always thinking of that. So, and he kept on offending Krishna, but he called Krishna's name. So he became purified. When Sudarshana Chakra killed him, he got liberated and merged into the body of Krishna. Now, Parashara Muni explains this cycle, that is Jaya Vijaya coming as Hiranyakashipu, Ravana and Shishupala, is just once. Not that every time Jaya and Vijaya keeps coming down. Sometimes, only once they came. Okay? So Parashara Muni clarifies this example. That is the reason they got this kind of a lifestyle. So many sages could not understand. And even at the point in time, you all know this famous shloka about who is Bhagavan. Right? In Vishnu Purana actually is mentioned who is Bhagavan, because Parashara Muni explains who Bhagavan is. What are the 6 qualities that Bhagavan should have? Aishwarya, that is full opulence. Yasascha, that is fame. Power, strength, then wealth, knowledge, renunciation and beauty. So these 6 Parashara Muni only explained. So when all of the world were confused, who is the Supreme, who is Bhagavan? Lord Shiva is Bhagavan, Vishnu is Bhagavan, Brahma is Bhagavan. Said Vishnu, Krishna is actually the Supreme because he has these 6 qualities or opulences in full. So like this, he is actually given so much of information for everybody to understand, especially whenever there are contradictions. Parashara Muni has given the information. Anyways, so no matter all these shlokas, all these shastras give information, the ultimate sustenance, if you want to actually have a sustained happiness, one has to be at the lotus feet of Vishnu or Krishna. Because one important point I want to actually mention here, many a times Prabhupada mentions that women need to be protected. Right? Parashara Muni is the one who actually has explained a very interesting topic in Parashara Samhita. He says men also need to be protected. What he is saying is, he is saying in general, in the material world, everyone is disturbed by the mind. Material nature doesn't allow anybody to be peaceful. So if you want to actually have a long life in the material world, or if you want to be in the material world, all men should actually have a female companion. Shakti should always be there, or you should be completely sold out. Sold out, like Hanuman to Ram, or like Narada Muni. Only then one can follow brahmacharya or sannyas. Without that, one cannot sustain the onslaught of material nature. Material nature destroys the mind completely. No one can be single. They may be cheating themselves on the long run unless they actually have a very high pramatical standard, like Hanumanji, or like Narada Muni, or some of the sannyasis who are very attached to Srila Prabhupada. You can see that. But if they are not attached to Srila Prabhupada, if they are not attached to Guru, they cannot actually continue like that. They may be cheating themselves on the long run. Parashara Muni mentions. So they need to be protected. They need to be protected by Shakti. If the Shakti is there, that is, they consider, because ultimately we are all Prakriti. Who is the Purusha? Krishna is the only Purusha. When you actually are at the lotus feet of the Purusha, then you are protected. But if any point in time you consider you are not Prakriti, you are Purusha, you are in deep trouble. And material nature makes you think that you are Purusha. So you need to be protected. So Parashara Muni mentions for long time, that is why you find all the demigods are married, because they actually have a very long life. You can't stay here like that unless and until you are very, very focused in Krishna's service. Right? Getting it? So Parashara Muni gives this example. So women can protect men. That's what he explains. So many a time women say, no, why we should always be protected. No, men also must be protected. If they are not protected, material nature will destroy them. They will become completely confused. It will create such a situation that you don't feel like even living in this world. That is why many people, I run the matrimonial, so I see that even 55 years, 60 years, many of them come and ask, I want to get married now. Not a nice way to actually think about, but when you actually read this explanation given by Parashramani, then you understand. Because material nature is extremely powerful. If one does not understand the material nature's how it behaves, you will be in trouble. Right? But if somebody is very dedicated to Prabhupada, very dedicated to Guru, then you don't have to worry. Guru's protection is always there. But for those who are not attached to Guru so much, I don't want to say anything, but that's very, very important for us, right? Okay, it's almost 12:30. So coming back to this particular shloka, we have to actually pray to Vyasadeva, because Vyasadeva has given this various information for all of us. So by understanding this information, we can actually go back to the supreme position, which is Lotus feet of Krishna. All these shastras, whatever is mentioned, they will take us to the level of bhakti, but not prema bhakti. Prema bhakti cannot be bestowed by anybody except Krishna and Srimati Radharani. Only Srimati Radharani, even Vishnu cannot give us prema bhakti. That is why even Advaita Acharya was not able to actually give prema bhakti to everybody. He was telling, please Lord Chaitanya should come. Lord Chaitanya gave, Nityananda Prabhu can give. Only these two can give us this prema bhakti. That is love of Krishna. Right? So, we keep reading this Bhagavatam every day. By doing this Bhagavatam, one actually comes to the stage of getting inspiration from the deities. Brahmanas, a true Brahmana would actually get inspired by the deities. They derive the power from the deities. A normal conditioned man, conditioned jiva, Prabhupada also writes this in one of the purports in 7th canto, a normal conditioned jiva, man, derives the inspiration from his wife. If they are chaste, they are very dedicated, devoted, they get inspiration to serve the deities. But a Brahmana, who is actually a very, very elevated personality, doesn't need this help. Guru, they will actually derive inspiration from the deities and continue their spiritual life. So these are all there in Prabhupada's books. They are in the purport of Prabhupada's books. So this information is all given by Vyasadeva. That is why every year we do Vyasa Puja, right? The representative of Vyasadeva, we actually make them sit on an asana and then we glorify such a personality. So by glorifying it, we actually glorify Vyasadeva, right? So we should always be thankful to these personalities that they are given this information so that we can make progress towards Godhead. And again, today is Ganga Sagar Mela also, right? Today is the day Sankranti. So today is the day Ganges came to earth. Mandakini Ganges came to this particular earth, and the place called Ganga Sagar, where Kapila Muni's ashram is there. All the descendants of Kapila Muni, or what is this Sagara Raja, right? So his descendants were delivered. So very auspicious day to start anything new, right? Charity definitely actually helps. You get a lot of benefit by doing charity. Read extra Bhagavatam shlokas, yes. Chant extra rounds of Hare Krishna, serve Vaishnavas. You get extra benefit on these days. These are special days. Buy one, get 100 free. 100 free may not come immediately, but it will all get collected. When time comes, it will be revealed to us. Right? Some devotees, one of the devotees was telling me, this lifetime I am going to be very austere. Next lifetime when I come, I will be a sannyasi. And that too, a true sannyasi like Madhvacharya. I am going to deliver the whole world. Wow. Not a bad desire. Not a bad desire. Not a bad desire to actually have if you are going to actually help Srila Prabhupada's movement, right? Some devotees think like that. But anyways, I want to stop here. Any questions? You can take this already 12:30. You can go on. Yes.
Without going through me.
Sudam Govind Prabhu?
Yeah, he was asking to Adi to announce we are requesting our devotees
Huh.
to contribute because you can tell our as it is the contribution.
Yeah.
Rather than able to
Sanatan Prabhu is not here, bro. Just inform me.
25
You can just say this is coming up. We'll actually set up some time and explain.
Start let people can format. Start putting
He doesn't format it.
He said I